Julia Okujaks. I'm Julia Okujak. Welcome. And this is Branded. Welcome to Branded. Now, have you ever done something and it works and it keeps working and it keeps working? You tweak it a little bit, you do a little bit of adjustments here and there, course correction, as I like to call it, and it keeps working for you through different seasons in your life as a brand. And if it does, that it means that you have hit on a winning formula. It could be a vision that is so compelling, and you've been able to cast that vision in such a way that everybody who works with you and for you understands it. Or you've been able to relate to your clients so well that they can see the vision in action. They can actually see your values. Now, when you have reached there, you have hit a winning formula, and my advice to you as a brand owner, whatever the size of your brand is do not change that formula. I'll tell you why I say that. Like many of you probably have a favorite something, favorite cafe, favorite shoe line designer. I have a favorite, all of that, but also a favorite airline, which shall remain unnamed at this time. So sometime last year, they did something, not just to me, but to a lot of people. You know, they dropped the ball. Everybody drops the ball from time to time. But what happened at that time, and this was an early morning flight, which turned out to be a late night flight. And many things got spoiled in the process, because I heard many tales of woe. And there was a young lady there who had to deliver something very time sensitive to a different location, and she was in tears. She just didn't know how. I hope her business recovered from it, because it was really time sensitive. Now, I started seeing the cracks in the formula then. Prior to then, if they said they'll take off at this time, they'll take off at that time. The service on board was impeccable, beautiful. I love them, totally love them. But then the cracks started appearing, because I saw that they didn't even come to explain. They gave us a new time that we would take off, and then we didn't take off at that time. And nobody said anything. And everybody who could take responsibility, anybody who would be called anything close to a manager, disappeared from the scene. Now, prior to now, the managers were upfront, talking to people. Now, this is what happens, success. Success, like I tell people, and I tell myself, failure is horrible, but success, if you don't manage it well, is even more terrible. It can take you down like that. So, did they do it again? Yes, they did it again. You know, normally, if they were going to shift a flight, they would send you an email or call you. And I thought that was one of their unique selling propositions, factors, something that set them apart, so that you don't waste your time. But this one, they did not, and this happened just recently. They did not call. You just got to the airport and they told you, oh, well, it's been rescheduled. It may have been rescheduled for very good reasons. I don't take that away from them. But when you do not communicate, when you have already, people expect you that you'll behave in a certain way, and you start behaving like an enfant terrible, like a child who really all of a sudden wants to throw tantrums. You know what's going to happen? In this day and age where we are all sensitive to price, to being taken care of well, to the fact that, listen, traveling by air is not a joke. It is expensive. We know. So if we stop getting the value that we want, chances are we are going to vote with our feet and our wallets and go somewhere else. So no, it's not a threat. Who am I? I can't threaten them. I'm just somebody who loves watching brands and seeing how brands grow. Some brands grow and keep growing. Some brands grow, plateau, and fail. And this happens with brands at all sizes. So maybe you were the person who used to call people before. Yeah, you can't call everybody, but from time to time, you can send an email, you can send a text, you can call your customers randomly. Whatever you have been doing that works well, please only improve on it. Do not change your winning formula. Once it works, don't break it. Only enhance it. So to the airline, if you're listening out there, just change your ways. And to all of the rest of us who are brand owners and building our brands, including our personal brands, please take the time to look at what works. Ask people what works. What do they like about you? Seek the feedback. And when you get the feedback, make sure you take it seriously. Because some feedback may hurt, but as long as it's the truth, take it seriously. I'd rather have the truth than have somebody just flatter me and I fail. So that's a story for today. Do with it as you wish. I hope you'll do the right thing. Take care.